We're about to leave the happiest place in the UK, with an icy January on our tail, threatening to freeze everything in her path. Oh my, -7 this morning. This vlog is all about happiness and living on a boat wedged in the ice. So why do I think Skipton is the happiest place to live in the UK? This morning we're off on an adventure to try and find out why Skipton is the happiest place in the country. So these are Lady Anne's steps that Zephyr's on, and above the steps there is a tablet, and that is Lady Anne's tablet. I know this because Zephyr told me, didn't you, Zeph? Bit of a history buff, aren't you, Zeph? Perhaps the people of Skipton are really proud to have one of the most complete and best preserved 936-year-old castles in England on their doorstep. Just gonna look for where the biscuit tin is. Where do they keep the biscuits in this kitchen? Not in there, I hope. Dales surrounding Skipton. With its original 13-foot thick walls, narrow arrow slits and secret well, it's no wonder this castle's garrison was one of the best at defending itself. This is the dungeon. It's not very big. But for me, one of the most impressive features of this castle was the 360-year-old yew tree, which had been planted by Lady Anne Clifford when she had restored her family's castle. So the castle is really worth a visit. In fact, it's one of the most well-kept, pristine and intact castles that I've visited, I think. But as well as the castle, they also have the castle park and the grounds.
Isn't that stunning? So beautifully made. And the skirt is incredible.
Once a larder and hunting ground, this woodland is now not only popular with goldcrests, but also really popular with local families. And at the end of the woods, you can walk up into the dales, which is really popular with zephyrs. Doesn't Skipton look magnificent? This is from the top of Skipton Woods at night. It's good, isn't it, Seth? And also the town centre itself, it's got all the shops that you need. It's got a variety of boutique-y and then unique-y shops. And it's got its charity shops as well, and I do love charity shops. So Christmas shopping there was just delightful, it was really lovely. So I can see why the people of Skipton are really happy, because the town has access to lovely wildlife walks, access to history that's kept in pristine condition, and some really fascinating parts of history actually. It's also got everything you need on the high street for them, and a wonderful community and a friendly neighbour. I'm sure they've all got friendly neighbours. Well, this is the real world, not every neighbour's going to be friendly. But yeah, I can see why that is voted the happiest place 2025 to live. And in addition to all of that, its museum is a vital cultural landmark for Yorkshire, because it contains one of only 235 known surviving copies of the first collection of Shakespeare's plays.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, these views are amazing. We've just travelled underneath the A629, and our plan today is to find a mooring spot slap bang in the middle of nowhere. So we followed the main road for a while. It's funny actually, because I grew up on a main road, not literally on the main road itself, that would be a bit dangerous, but I lived on a road called the Eastern Avenue in Essex near Ilford, and I think growing up in an environment like that on a main road with very little greenery around made me really appreciate getting out into nature. The trees are full of redwing and the scenery is spectacular. Oh my goodness, I think we got 7 swans are swimming. It's very festive all of a sudden. Oh! So many birds! Wow! It's just so beautiful. I just want to float here for a while. Do you know, now I look at it, I'm not surprised that I was drawn to this lifestyle, as the imagery of floating has really helped me in my past. Because if ever I just feel overwhelmed, particularly when I used to feel overwhelmed days gone by, I would just imagine I was floating for a while on a cloud through that troubled time, through the difficult time, telling myself that I was just going to breathe and float through it until time passed. So just to switch the engine off now and float. I am being a bit blown here. Let's just put the engine back on for a bit. Just to line it up. And just be surrounded by this absolutely stunning countryside. It's a way to just recharge your batteries, isn't it? We are really going into the side now. Perhaps it's best to do when there's absolutely no wind. God, where's that wind going from? Oh my gosh, I can feel it blowing me. Listen to the sound of the ice. Banging on the shelf, is it here? Right, here it is this morning. Completely iced in. All the way around. absolutely glorious morning. But that noise last night, I've never heard ice like that in the middle of the night before. I've heard it when I've walked across it in the morning, but I've never heard it developing. So I reckon it's quite thick underneath the hull, or near the hull, because of the noises it was making. I just love it when the canal freezes, especially when we're frozen into somewhere beautiful. And Thorby is certainly beautiful. You love it, don't you? Sitting at the beginning of the Kendal Limestone Way between Skipton and Gargrave, which even though is in the middle of nowhere is still within walking distance from a Greggs, I think is going to be the perfect place to be stuck in for a while. This is wonderful dipper territory. Oh, she's not gonna, honestly, this dog. Not today, Zav. She wants to swim. No, not today. It's too cold, my darling. It's amazing, the ice. I wasn't the only one fascinated by my new frozen surroundings. Now all we could do was wait. It has reached temperatures of -10. It's a bit milder today, although this coat is amazing. Do you know, I feel like I'm constantly being hugged by my duvet. It's a little bit like being on duvacation. Duvacation. I think I've made up a word. Maybe it is a word. Anyway, it's really warm, this coat, but it's really cold outside still. It's so beautiful though. This is day 5 of being here, day 3 of being frozen in. I'm gonna have to start thinking about how we get supplies and stuff. We're all right at the moment, all right for water, all right for wood, all right for gas, all right for fuel, so all that's fine. But it depends how long we're going to be here for. Would you like a treat from your treat drawer? The short one. That's for Zephyr. Happiness is twisted bark, scaling to the sun, past the crenellated brick, its final battle won, victorious in its needle reach, to freely wave its crown, to look upon the beauty of the tower and the town. Happiness, a bagatelle of birds all berry full, singing from the hedges in the winter musical, a concert on the backdrop of the undulating dales, a scene from a midwinter's dream where harmony prevails. Happiness in beady eyes that twinkle as they peep, in twitchy nose and tiny pads that make a giant leap, a beat of jubilation from a heart tucked in a wall. All fills me full of happiness for noticing it all.